I just wanted to talk a bit about Irrational Games and the letter that was just put out by Ken Levine, basically saying that Irrational Games has shut down. He's going to be moving on to another project and has decided to just keep it small, just keep a core group of the team together and create another new IP for us all to play. I was really hurt when I first heard it because I'm a huge fan of Irrational Games. They're, you know, when I think of just one of my favorite or some of my favorite developers of all times, I mean, Irrational Games is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. There are a few developers that I feel care as much and pour as much care into their games. And there's very few developers that I believe in and trust. And I've always been one of those guys that trust the developer. Just put a lot of trust in the developer to create an experience that I can walk away from and be totally content with and satisfied. And most of the time with a lot of developers, it's just, you know, I just feel like they're just releasing another game to make money. And that's definitely something that has never crossed my mind with Irrational Games. I truly believe that they make games because it's something that they are passionate about, something that they love to do. And in that sense, it just sort of breaks my heart. I mean, I never would have seen this coming. Irrational Games was definitely not even on the radar. I mean, I've just watched this company grow over the past year since Infinite was released. You know, I've just caught wind of new hires, and this sense of growth. And normally when a company grows, it means that it's thriving. It means that it's successful. It means that things are going good. But I think that is part of the problem. I mean, if you think about it, BioShock was conceived by, in Ken Levine's mind, but it was created and realized by just a few people. Had the vision for it, created it, and it took off and it grew from there. Who's to say that this decision hasn't been brewing for months? This was something that Ken Levine was trying to cope with. The growth of Irrational Games and the expansion was something that he was maybe trying to feel comfortable about. Expansion and growth is not always a good thing. I mean, I have my theories. I have my thoughts. I mean, maybe Ken just feels like nothing will live up to the success of BioShock, and to release any other IP under Irrational Games would just wouldn't work. Nothing can live up to BioShock. I mean, there's not another game that could come out under the roof of Irrational Games that could compete with the BioShock series, in my opinion. And people will forever be comparing the next game to BioShock. Who are we to judge Ken Levine and the decisions that he's made? I've always trusted his ideas. I've always had a lot of faith in him. He's just one of those people in the industry that I would never second guess. I know this decision seems harsh. It seems irrational. No pun intended. But who's to say it's not for the best? You know, that's a big reason why I'm choosing to speak out about this. And social media can be so discouraging. It can be so harsh, so negative, so critical, so judgmental. And there wasn't enough support. I felt like there wasn't enough people supporting this idea. Trust me, I am just as broken up as a lot of other people are out there about the demise of Irrational Games. But I honestly believe that nobody is as sad as Ken Levine is about it right now. And I think it's important to show our support and show our gratitude for just creating one of the best game series of all times. Ken has handed the BioShock series off to 2K, and well, Ken has been with 2K since the beginning. 2K is the one that believed in him and gave him resources to create this thing. And I'm glad that it's staying in-house. You know, it could be worse. For example, another one of my favorite all-time series was Crash Bandicoot. And I remember when Naughty Dog sold the rights to Traveler's Tales or Vicarious Visions or something like that. And just the games were very different. All of a sudden, my favorite series was under new management. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the direction the series was going. And I continued to play Crash Bandicoot games, but it reached a point where it became more of the same, which isn't bad, but it also wasn't doing anything new. It wasn't being inventive. I could sit here and speculate all day about what would happen to BioShock in the hands of another developer, but I'm not going to do that. That speculation casts a shadow on a project that hasn't even been developed yet. And I'm trying to remain positive right now. I'm glad that the BioShock series is staying in-house. It just sort of means that 2K can be the one to, appoint a new developer or a new director. And 2K has always believed in Ken Levine. 2K believes in Ken Levine's ideas and shares his concerns. And I would like to believe that the BioShock series is safe and it's in good hands. In the off chance that any of the Irrational Games team is listening, I just want to thank you. Dedication and hard work was poured into this series, regardless of where you guys go and what projects you decide to explore next. I mean, you have my full support. So I would just encourage people to just remain supportive and thank the Irrational Games team, thank Ken Levine, thank those responsible for giving us a hell of a series. Anyways, this is Nizu. Take care.